You're welcome to Olusegun Maths Clinic. Before we start solving this question, my name is Olusegun Adelekun. So we are here to solve a questions of variations. The question is this: the quantity y varies daily as cube root of x when y is equal to 4 and x is equal to 8. Find the relationship between x and y. 2. Y when x is 27. X when y is 2. So, in solving this variation question, you must interpret according to the statements, according to the sentences. So the first sentence, you interpret it. The second sentence, you interpret it. You're able to get relationship between them. So after getting the relationship between the x and y, that is now them, you can now be finding the value of x and the value of y. So let's start solving. So it said the quantity y varies directly as cube root of x. So this is what it means. So in writing this mathematically, it means that y is equal to k dot cube root x. So this equation will bring the relationship between x and y, but we will be given the value of y to be 4 when y is equal to 4 and s is equal to 8. Anytime you are given a variation question that when y is equal to 4 and s is equal to 8, we are being given this first statement. So you can be able to find the constant. So it is the constant will now give you the relationship between x and y. You must firstly find the constant. If you are not getting the constant, you can't get the relationship between the x and the y. So how do we now find constant now? So since we have been able to give the value of y, let's substitute the value and let's get the value of constant. So therefore, we have y is equal to 4. 4 is equal to k dot the cube root of 8. So let me explain this in indices form. The cube root of 8 can be solved in two ways. You either write like this: cube root of 8 will be 2 times 2 times 2, showing to us that when you multiply any number in 3 times and give us 8, that is what we mean by cube root. So therefore, we were able to see that 2 can go in 3 times. In 8, 2 times 2 times 2. So therefore, the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Or it can also be solved like this in indices form. So in indices form, you can rewrite it to have 8 raised to power 1 over 3. And let's recall a law. A law says that, which is a raised to power n, if a raised to power m at the same time raised to power n, it will be equal to a raised to power m times n. So the same thing applicable to this, and the factor of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 2 raised to power 3. So this is factor of 8. So if this be the factor of 8, showing to us that instead of now writing 8 raised to power 1 over 3, you can now write 2 raised to power 3 or raised to power 1 over 3. So therefore, by applying this law, you can have to have 2 raised to power 3 times 1 over 3. So this will cancel this. We have 2 raised to power 1, which is equal to 2. So this is the value of 8 raised to power 3. So here, instead of now writing 4 is equal to k dot 2. So if 4 is equal to k dot 2, mean that 4k is equal to 2k is equal to 4. So let divide both sides by 2. So we have our k is equal to 2. So let's now go to what is the first question, the relationship. The relationship between x and y will now give you, from this equation we have y dot 2y is equal to 2 cube root of x. So this is the relationship between them. So it is not this relationship now that you are now going to be using to find the value of x, to find the value of y. So now let's start using the relationship to get the value of y. So the second question said that find y when s is 27, when s is equal to 27, y is unknown. So that is the meaning of that statement. So our y will now be 2 dots the cube root of 27. So you are going to pass through the same process. In case of finding the cube root of 27, you pass through the same process as I did for the 8. So therefore, the cube root of 27 can be written as 3.3.3. That is times. So we now have y is equal to 2 dots. The cube root now, you now pick 1 is equal to 3. So which is 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. So the value of y is equal to 6. This is it. So let's now find the value of x when y is equal to 2. When y is equal to 2. So now, the third one, so when find x when y is equal to 2. So you firstly write out the relationship, 2 dot the cube root of x. So since they say y is equal to 2, you put 2 here, is equal to 2 dot times the cube root of x. So what the first thing you are going to do is, here is that you try to divide both sides by 2. So when you divide both sides by 2, it will now easy for you to find the value of x. So we have divide by 2, divide by 2. 2 we cancel this, we have 1 is equal to 1 times the cube root of x. So meaning that 1 is equal to cube root of x, which can be written as 1 is equal to x raised to the power 1 over 3. So how do we now find the value of x at this junction? So let's try to find the cube of the both sides. Find the cube of the both sides. We have 1 over 3 is equal to s raised to the power 1 over 3 all raised to the power 3. So 1 over 3 will give you 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to s raised to the power 1 over 3 times 3. So this we cancel this. So here we say we have 1 is equal to x. So therefore, s is equal to 1. So the value for the second one is x is equal to 1. So therefore, since s is equal to 1, that is for the third. So this is how we solve variation questions. And you must follow all the procedure. And I believe this video has able to have explained the basic steps in variation for you. And try to turn on your notification and follow us in the Facebook page. So anytime I'm releasing videos that relate to this or any other topics,